Hey, it's Captain Matt, Boater's Secret Weapon. Today we're talking about hidden dangers on the boat. So the number one hidden danger that I don't think gets talked about enough and people don't consider is the possibility that there's electrical current around the docks, especially if you're at a marina or an older dock. Any dock that has electricity run to it, there's the chance that there's some electrical current getting into the water. Now, what does that mean? Well, if somebody gets in the water and there's enough current, your body's going to seize up and you're going to go straight to the bottom. And the scary thing about it is nobody can jump in after you and get it until that electrical current is turned off. It is a super, super dangerous situation and something that, hey, you're at the marina and the kids are jumping in that you don't even think about. But an extension cord falls in the water, a wire chafes, and that electrical current is now electrifying the entire structure of the dock, and that's going into the water. There's an old conduit, or they didn't use conduit, and there's a chafed wire that is touching something that's getting into the water, or it's just dangling in the water, and now you've got electrical current all around the docks, and it's a very dangerous situation. So be aware of it, be conscious of it, and don't just go jumping into the water around any old dock. They make a gauge. We have one at our dock at the Ozarks that shows a green light when all of the probes in the water around the dock are showing zero current, and a red flashing light will pop on if they do find current in the water. I'll put the link down below if you want to check it out. Carbon monoxide. It is the hidden danger. I did a whole video on this. It's a hidden danger on boats. Anytime you have a combustible engine that produces carbon monoxide. So a generator, your boat engines, your outboards, all of those, and heaters, kerosene heaters, all of those produce carbon monoxide, and it's odorless. It's invisible. You don't know it's there until it's too late. So the situations that really get you are when you're just running the boat, sitting still on a nice calm day like today. If you're going just slow enough with a tailwind that the tailwind is kind of going the same speed you are, it just keeps all of that carbon monoxide just floating. It's about the same density as air, so it just sort of lingers. If you got people sitting in the back surfing, there's a few kids that have passed away because they were surfing all day and they were just sitting back there. The parents thought they were just tired from a fun day on the water, and they were breathing in that carbon monoxide. And what it does is it doesn't allow you to get the oxygen in. Your lungs fill up with carbon monoxide. You get no oxygen in, and over time, you start getting headaches, nausea, and at too far of along the line, you can't save them. So be aware of it. Carbon monoxide detectors are $100, $200. I think we sell a couple of them at the store on Boater's Secret Weapon, but they are very serious. There's several stories every year about carbon monoxide deaths in boating, and it makes me crazy. So that's why I'm sharing this information with you, because it doesn't have to happen. Next is smashing your arm or a leg or a hand between the boat and a piling or a boat dock or an upright. All too often I see novice boaters that don't have great control of the boat, and they come in and somebody reaches out to grab and to stop them from smashing into whatever it is. Well, the problem with that is that the boat is bigger and heavier, and that piling isn't moving, and what's gonna get smashed is your bones, and your bones are gonna break before anything else does. So, one, learn how to operate your boat properly so you don't come in too fast. We've got our Best Boat Captain program that can help you with that. It's guaranteed to help you with that. As a matter of fact, bestboatcaptain.com. But when you're coming in, keep all hands and feet and body parts inside of the boat. Kids especially, they love to reach out and help when you're coming in. I've got my kids trained that they sit down, sit still until I tell them, okay, now get the dock lines, get the fenders, get everything ready to go, get us tied up. So you have to have those conversations and get in the habit of operating your boat properly and safely and easily putting it on the dock and not having to catch yourself. Next is remember that boats are never stationary. You're floating in water, so you're never going to be stationary. Even when you're tied up at the dock, there's usually a little bit of give with the dock line. So when you're stepping from the boat to the dock or the dock to the boat with the heavy cooler, and you step and you're going to gather yourself, and that boat just slides off a little bit. Now you're doing the splits and you're going to potentially fall in or hurt yourself or drop the cooler. Remember, it can be very dangerous. So when you're getting on and off the boat specifically, remember that it's not going to stay where it is right now. It's going to move somewhere, and be aware of that. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're doing the splits or you're falling between the dock and a boat or two boats that are tied together. Because once you get in between there, it's really easy to get your head smashed, an arm or leg or something smashed between those two objects. Next, hey, dumb and drunk boaters. They're a danger out there, and it seems like it's happening more and more often. It's why we created the Boater Boot Camp for free. It's why we created the Best Boat Captain programs that are amazing and have tons and tons of 5-star reviews online, so that you're, one, not one of those dumb boaters, but two, you kind of know how to handle it if you're around a drunk or a dumb boater. What to look out for, what to do when you encounter them, and it's something just to be aware of. Don't be one of them, and avoid the ones that are out there. Next, it might not be a hidden danger, but it's one some people don't think about, and that's the prop. Remember, if you've got an inboard or a stern drive or an outboard, you've got a big propeller in the back of the boat that's turning around. Even at idle, it's going 1,500 rotations a minute, RPM. When you're going fast, that thing's going 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 spins a minute, which is crazy fast for 3 or 4 knives back there just churning that will slice you up in a heartbeat. So what do? Well, you let everybody know on the boat that, hey, there's a prop back there. You need to be very cautious. You don't get in the water until I turn the motor off, and as the captain, I tell you it's okay. You never get back there and are trying to get too close to the prop or swim around the motor while we're at anchor. Just stay well clear of it, because even just nicking your toe on it when it's not running will slice your toe open. It's no joke. And if you've ever seen somebody bow riding or sitting up in the front on a pontoon while you're going, and you see the pictures of them falling off and going right back down to that propeller spinning around, and you see the lacerations on their back, it will make you never, ever, ever want to bow ride again. Never want to sit up there in the front while you're underway. It's just too dangerous. The risks are too much, and it will kill you if you get that prop strike to your leg, and it hits the wrong area. You will bleed out in a heartbeat. And I can't imagine the pain that goes along with that. So just be respectful. Have some respect for that prop. Next is running aground. Now you may be like, hey, we're in this nice deep, I'm in 60 feet of water right now. How am I going to run aground? Well, not too far up where this boat sits in the marina. The other day I saw 4 boaters run aground in the same spot because they didn't know what the markers meant. They didn't know how to read the water. And they were just oblivious to what was going on around it, and they took the shortest distance between them and the marina that they wanted to be in. Going over a jetty that might be submerged at high tide, an area that's just known to be shallow, or an area where the point comes out into the water. They're all too common, and probably the biggest mistake that newer boaters make is getting in too shallow a water. So understand the depths of the water, the depths that your boat can go in, and paying attention to avoid those can really be important. Next is sun damage and cancer. I know too many people in the industry that have been in the industry for 20, 30, 40 years, and now have cancer spots removed on their nose. My brother's had a cancer spot removed on his back. It is no joke that what the sun can do. So take appropriate actions. Use the SPF, the shirts, the sunscreen, the hats, whatever you need to protect yourself. And I talked a lot about hidden dangers in this video, but also remember, there's a lot of great stuff that comes with boating, and all of these dangers can be avoided just by being aware of them and taking some simple precautionary steps. But the relationships, the fun, that the what you can build with your family and friends via boating is unmatched by any other activity in my mind. So if you've got other dangers to look out for that I maybe missed or didn't talk about enough, leave them in the comments down below to share with the community. Give it a thumbs up if you found this valuable so other people can get access to this information. YouTube appreciates that, and I do as well. And remember, life truly is better on a boat.